All right. One last time, everybody can hear me and see my screen, correct? You just type in that chat. Perfect. All right. Well, guys, welcome. I'm really excited. As we start this, I've never done anything like this before. As I mentioned, this is the first time I've done anything like this. It's kind of a hybrid from a course to a one-on-one. So it's going to be very interesting to see the growth of each individual inside of this, and hopefully, by the end of it, we can come out. It's not just profitable traders, but a group that can take advice from one another into the future and really continue to progress as traders as an overall unit, as a group of people. So what we're going to do tonight, if you haven't read the syllabus yet, is some intro. We're going to talk about expectations. We're going to talk about the process. We're going to talk about a lot of those sort of things tonight to get this going. This 15-week transformation is really designed very similar to a college course that I would have taken last year as I graduated or whatever. It's very similar to a college course the way that I have it lined up. And that's kind of how the homework stems. That's how the progression stems and things like that. So without further ado, let's get going. Obviously, if you don't know me or you do know me, I just want to first formally introduce myself. I'm Patrick Henney. I'm 22 years old. I have a bachelor's degree in marketing. I've been trading ever since I graduated high school. I've been consulting for 3 years. And, this 15-week transformation was an idea that came to me basically for those sort of people that were kind of looking for a one-on-one type environment. And my one-on-ones get booked out completely sometimes. And so, sometimes I have to reject those people, or number two, the investment for those one-on-ones are, of course, very hefty for my time. And so it came to me that some sort of mastermind or some sort of group live session is, something that would be good. And so that's the idea that we came out with in the 15-week mastermind. Somebody just did ask, do I prefer Patrick or Pat? And it's absolutely Patrick. If you call me Pat, it's not good in my book. Please call me Patrick. But as we begin, guys, today we're going to talk a little bit about mindset today. We're going to do a lot of different things. And actually, if you're wondering why we're on Zoom and not like a presentation, I'm not going to say what we're going to do yet. Some of you guys might get anxiety because of it. But there's a reason we're on Zoom, not on Demio or not on GoToWebinar. So that'll be a little bit later. Expect tonight's webinar to get done quickly, but potentially a couple hours at least. So it will take some time to get through the content tonight, okay? This is being recorded as well, as are all 15 weeks, and there will be a database built for you guys to watch now, in the future, and then even further in the future, far after this 15-week transformation is over. But I want to start off by saying you're going to get a very common theme across the board tonight from Mark Douglas, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Mark Douglas is absolutely one of my favorite authors in the space, and I just want to start by leading us off with a quote. And he said, "The consistency you seek is in your mind, not in the markets." And so really what I want to talk about real quick is your guys' belief system. If you believe you can trade, and you believe you can profit in trading, your actions, your mindset, everything will follow suit. And so tonight, really try to take what I talk about mindset into your heart, and start to really believe in yourself tonight, and believe that you can learn the process, and that it can be something that you can make money with. So as I say that, I could flip the script, and somebody could be talking to me, and I could be in somebody's course as I used to be years ago. And as the ebbs and flows of trading happened, there were times, many times, where I didn't think trading would ever be something that would enable me to make any money, period. Just because at the end of the day, we are fortune tellers, right? We're getting paid to tell the future. We don't get paid if we don't predict the future correctly. That's just it. And that's the reality of trading. And so I never had, I should say I had tons of moments where, I was thinking to myself, will I ever succeed? And so this is just our pretext here, but make sure that you guys try to focus on the mindset and obviously the homework this week. If you looked at the syllabus, you're forced to talk about your mindset this week. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. As we get going, what I want to start by talking about is the syllabus. I want to start by talking about some of the information in there, how we will conduct these classes, as well as the homework, so you guys all understand. These are less webinar-esque. They're more group. So what I would ask you guys to do is remain muted at all times unless I ask you to unmute yourself, as well as if you have questions, you don't have to wait till the end. Ask it when it pops up, and we'll talk about it right then. And the chat will be where I will read those questions out of. So if you guys see that chat, it is in there. So once again, please keep yourselves muted. And later I'll have different people unmute themselves. But for now, keep yourself muted. So let's go over some of the highlights of that syllabus. Okay. And so first of all, if you guys read the syllabus, you'd probably notice there was a recommended text and readings. And I shouldn't, if I look back, I should not have put this under recommended. I should have put this under required. We'll talk about at the end, if you have not read this yet, how to get it for free. It's a simple Google search away. You don't have to order it if you don't want to. If you want the hard copy, you can get it from Amazon for $7 or $8 or something. Depends on where you get it from. But trading in the zone is what we're going to focus on this coming week. And let me summarize real quick what trading in the zone is, and then you guys will read it for yourself. Trading in the zone is basically trying to create a mental landscape for you. It's basically getting yourselves in a position to mentally believe in yourself and have the mentality of profitable behavior. And so obviously we hear this cliche saying, you guys can let me know in the chat if you've ever heard this, but a lot of people say this all the time: trading is 90% mental. How many of you guys have heard that? I've heard that, consistently. I've heard that. And I'm not in the game of trying to teach you guys how to profitably trade via mindset. I'm not in that game. I'm not a person that's going to get into that and try to teach that, because I really don't think it can be taught. But what I am going to do is talk about how you can teach that to yourself. And so, a precursor to that is a lot of the things that I do in one-on-ones are going to be brought into this. And one of the main things I do in one-on-ones is called learning through failure. And you guys might want to write that down. And this goes for absolutely anything. Literally anything in life. If you guys are trying to learn how to, do anything, if you're an apprentice, what do you do if you're an apprentice trying to be a plumber? An apprentice's goal is to learn it, but you're going to fail from time to time. If you fail at that certain component, which, by the way, don't get me on plumbing, I have no idea what to do, but if I fail at that certain component, I'm probably going to remember it better for next time. And so that's the goal of these. I want you guys to be okay with failing and okay with, not being in your comfort zone. And it's going to really take some effort, obviously, if you looked at the syllabus for the next 15 weeks. Now, let me read this. It is a big texty, but I want to read this. Class will conduct itself once a week. And basically, I say typically here just because I don't know what kind of life moments happen. But for all means, intensive purposes, try to plan on Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern, right now when we're on, 4 p.m. Pacific. And somebody said, can anyone hear anything? I think everybody can hear me okay. So if you can back out and then somebody text them. Somebody type in back out and re-enter. But anyway, for all intents and purposes, try to plan on meeting here Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern, unless I tell you. And what I'll do is that chat. I think everybody's in that chat and everybody's in that group. Basically, yes, you can converse and all that. The homework isn't even to be, I don't want any homework posted in the group. I don't want any homework posted in the chat. And so what I want you guys to do in the chat and in the group, the goal of that is for you guys to converse and help one another. So here's what I see in the perfect world. If you're having trouble on a homework assignment, I don't want you to hit me up. What I want you to do is go to I guess this is a class, a quote unquote classmate, and you guys try to help each other. That's the perfect world. And the reason that is that if I just tell you what to do, it's not going to help you learn. And the failure component is actually important. And so that is what I want you guys to try to do, okay? So class times, other than this one, I expect this one that you're on to be the shortest class we will have, just so you guys know. But other than this one, I expect them to last 2 to 3 hours. Could be a little less. It could be 4. I don't know. I'm not going to try to dilute the quality of it just because I'm trying to speed through information. If you got to go, you got to go. You don't need to be here. There's no requirement. And they're always recorded. So if you're a person that's got to go early, by all means, I don't feel disrespected at all. But they will last 2 to 3 hours. And so how you can expect class to run is it's always going to begin with a new concept, followed by demonstration, and finally a homework assignment. And so basically, when we start a class, say next week, the first thing we're going to do is review our homework, because there's a homework assignment for this week. We'll review that. We'll get a new concept. We'll hit on it for hours, literally. And then we'll go over it, questions, concerns, comments, try to get it all understood. And then I'll give you the homework assignment, just like a college classroom would run. And as I said, each class will be reviewing that submitted homework. So as it says, underlined in bold, homework is to be emailed. If you guys don't have that written down, it's in the syllabus, but homework is to be emailed to my email, ffxacademy@gmail.com. And as it says in the syllabus, you do have due dates there, but by rule of thumb, it is due by the prior Friday. Now this coming homework assignment is actually kind of tedious and time consuming. And so that's why I said it on this first week. If you guys look at the syllabus, and we'll talk about it in a minute, so I'm getting ahead of myself, there is no class next Sunday. It's the only Sunday we will skip. Just because next Sunday, I'm actually going to be staying in the Cosmopolitan this time in Vegas next Sunday. And even though I think I'm going to have internet, for one, I'll be on my laptop and it's got some issues. And number two, I'm not going to try to trust internet connection in a hotel. So I'd hate to have it, all these mishaps and issues. So next Sunday is the only Sunday that you do not have to be in attendance. Okay, so let's move forward. Is everybody with me so far? Just give me a 1 in that chat. Everything makes sense so far? Tonight's going to be easy. You're not going to be learning a super big deal of trading concept. It's more of mindset. And there is an activity we will do. So, that'll be interesting. So let's just talk about it real quick. The goal. I don't know what your guys' goal is, but I would hope that every single one of you, whether you're live right now or watching this on recording, is to make money and become profitable in the foreign exchange. That should be the goal, and that's the goal. So what you can expect from me is to give you everything I can think of out of any topic that we talk about. You can expect me to do the best of my ability, teach it, and basically teach what's going on inside of this crazy brain of mine. And what I can expect of you is the same amount of effort as it takes for me to put these together to hopefully do the homework, go through the process, because at the end of the day, you're truly, as is any cliche saying from a professor, I'm getting chills when I say this because they always said this to me, but you're going to get really what you put into this class is what you'll get out of it. And they say that all the time in college courses, and of course I'm trying to find every shortcut possible to graduate. But in this, there's no reason to shortcut this, I promise, because the market's not expiring. The market will not go anywhere, and it's going to be here next month, next year, etc. So it's not going to go anywhere. So let's go through the schedule real quick, make sure everybody's on the same page, and then we're going to get into the activity, which is going to be the bulk of our evening. So as you can see, tonight is basically the whole topic is this. It's an intro to the class, and then as you can see in the activities, we've got some activities to do and some homework to talk about. As you will notice, this homework is not due until the 19th of October. It's only the 7th. So you guys do have quite some time to get it done. Once again, notice the date gap here, 10/7 to 10/21. There's no class on 10/14. Other than that, if you look at the dates, unless I misprinted a date, somebody correct me. If I did, obviously I was just trying to do every Sunday. After that, we plan on going every single Sunday. Now, depending on how it feels and attendance-wise, these two might be difficult. Obviously, I understand people have families. And this is right around Christmas time. It's right around New Year's. And if there's going to be a ton of people gone, I'm not in the business to try to take you guys away from your there's no reason not to be with your family. And I'm not in the business to take. So I'm going to basically be asking in a poll near that time if you can attend or not. And if you can attend, you know, if there's a lot in attendance, we'll do it. And if there's not, we'll push it. I have no, you know, I'm in no rush to finish this, and we'll just push these dates back and we'll change and update the syllabus. Okay. So to talk about this real quick, here is the big thing. The only thing I want you guys to read, the only thing that I've ever read Forex related is this book. That's the only thing I've ever read. And I promise you that when anybody ever comes to me and asks me, what is the best book you can read in relation to Forex, Trading in the Zone is the book. When I look through Forex books, I've looked at a couple different mindset ones, a couple different fundamental ones, a couple different technical ones, and I never end up even, I just think they're garbage. It's just, it's a lot of generic information. This book did something for me. The mindset component was what I was missing, not the strategy, not the technical component, all that. The mindset component was what I was originally missing when I was trying to get over that slump. I don't know where we're at, and we'll talk about it in a little bit. Here, hang on, let me mute. Okay. We'll talk about it in a little bit, but the mindset component was what I was missing. The strategy is obsolete. And so I need you guys to the best of your ability to get through that book. It's some pages, it'll take some time. But if you can get through that book, that is why I think this gap is awesome. It'll give you some time. You don't need to get it done in a week. Now, we'll talk about the homework, so don't get too worried about this 300-word essay. We have an actual assignment sheet at the end of today. But notice how it's just 2 days prior to the next session on the due dates. Okay, so the Friday, just by Friday nights or whatever, obviously I'm not, you know, there's no grades here. This isn't, you know, college, but just so I have a couple of days to just review and look at it, that's what I need. So try to get that homework in by Friday. We had a couple different questions come in, so I do want to answer those now. Sean said, how soon after class will sessions be posted? As soon as it renders and gets uploaded. So hopefully I can get it within a few hours of the session being done. By all intents and purposes, I'm trying to get them always done, rendered, link posted by the end of every Sunday night. So you guys should have the recording to this by the end of tonight, if all goes well. Obviously, if there's a mishap or something, I'll let you guys know. So I'm going to go through the topics here just to let you guys know what's coming, kind of give you a prelude of what we'll talk about those days. I won't get into the activities or anything because we'll talk about them then. Today's, of course, class intro. Obviously, you guys are in that, and we're about to get in the introduction and activity in a minute. On the 21st, we'll do custom charts. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to teach you what you need to put on the charts, different tips and tricks, MetaTrader 4 hacks, different things like that, what I like on the setting side, how I like my templates to look. And I'm going to give you guys a lot of the little things that just aren't given in like tutorials on how to do things faster and how to sift through charts, different shortcuts on the keyboard, different things MetaTrader 4 that it has. And then also, of course, get into the actual custom charts. We'll get into, you know, how to add things, but then we'll also get into why we do that. Of course, the why is the bigger part of it. And so you can kind of see that, you know, then we go into speed charting, which will play hand in hand on the 28th. Some of you guys have seen sort of a prelude to that. I did a speed charting webinar, I think last month. Then on the 4th, probably going to be for a lot of you guys, I mean, most of the names in here have dealt with me some way, somewhere. They've seen my content on some platform. I've never actually done a formal video on how I use the RSI. So this will be a great session. Understanding market structure should not be difficult, but we need to do it. Understanding how to read market structure, you know, and just go through advanced structure zones and all these sort of things. Fundamental analysis is another thing that I've never actually publicly talked about. I have a completely different approach to how to attack political events in the market than any other trader that I've ever dealt with. That'll help you guys a lot. Money management, of course, is the name of my game. This is the only reason that I make money in the foreign exchange. I don't have that magical of a strategy. I have a magical money management plan. It helps a lot of, excuse me, helps a lot of people. Then I take 2 whole weeks to go into scalping. By the way, how many of you guys, if you heard this, you don't have to comment or anything. But if you guys were on one of my recent webinars, that scalping one last Sunday, you might have heard me mention that I was having a indicator built to alert people via the scalping. You might have heard that. That is done, and it is on my computer running right now. So I'm actually testing it. So I'm just going to run tests on it basically up until this time, and then show that to you guys. You guys are going to get that for free just because you guys are in the 15-week whatever transformation. Okay, moving forward, sequence, obviously the name of my game, then the extension dip. So these ones you guys have seen, you've heard of, but you haven't seen it in this way because we'll get in much more detail. It's not a video, it's much longer. Then pullbacks on the 6th, seeing the market clear is a mindset thing, and then more mindset for success. So you can see that we spend basically 12 out of the 15 weeks in the charts. It's 2 weeks on mindset, 1 week on an intro. So we're going to get a lot of information done. Now, here's where I did not want to give anybody anxiety. This is going to be the longest part of our session. We have an activity to do today. And so the activity to do today is class, as you guys probably guessed it was coming, we're going to get to know each other. It's class introductions. And so in a minute here, what I'm going to do is each person I see in here, I'm going to unmute them. And these three, I just kind of gave you pointers of where I want you to go, but we're going to introduce to each other, you know, these sort of things. So start reading these and start thinking, don't get too anxious, okay? And take a minute or two to kind of think about it. And then when you do get asked to speak for a second, take a minute or two and for people that can't speak, if they're at work or something, of course, that's fine. But anyway, just take a minute or two to then talk about these answers, you know, a minute each or whatever the case may be. So the first component I'll ask is, of course, who you are. Tell us about yourself. Where are you from? What do you do for a living? And tell us an interesting fact about you. This does not have to be related to trading at all. And then talk about why you're here. So tell us about your trading journey. How long have you been trading? What's your experience with Forex? I mean, this is not something that you know, should matter, but if you've had 2 weeks of experience, tell us. If you have 2 years of experience, tell us. If you have tons of profitability or no profitability, it does not matter. Tell us where you're at. And then tell us why you're in the 15-week transformation. And also, you know, you can talk about what are your biggest triumphs and biggest downfalls and different things that you've learned over the years. Just share some stuff. And then finally, your future. First, what do you plan to accomplish? What's the biggest thing you want to accomplish? Is it learning about a certain tool? Is it learning about an overall trade plan? Is it mindset? What are you trying to accomplish in this 15-week transformation? And then where do you see yourself in 1, 5, and 10 years in the trading space? So I want to get an idea. Are you trying to just be a retail trader? Are you trying to trade by yourself? Are you trying to, let's see, are you trying to become a manager? Are you trying to become an educator, a consultant? So, you know, all these things. Just tell us about that. So without further ado, I'm going to go through this and unmute each person. So I'm going to unmute Alex. Alex, can you hear me? All right, Alex, your mic is unmuted. Can you talk? All right, this may not go as well as I thought it would because everybody's going to say they don't have a mic. All right, Anthony, can you hear me?
Yep. Yeah.
All right, Anthony. Sorry, man. Didn't want to put you on the spot. Anthony is. Let me stop sharing my. Actually, you know what? I'll keep this up so you guys can look at it. Give me 1 second here. All right. So just take a couple minutes, go through what I just said, take your time, and we're just going to get to know each other tonight.
All right. My name's Anthony. Most everybody calls me AJ. I'm from Fort Wayne, Indiana, Midwest. What do I do for a living? I actually work at a grocery store. I'm the food service manager there, so I run a deli bakery in a Kroger store. Interesting fact about me, there's not too much crazy. I'm a normal person, down to earth, into the normal stuff, sports, like everybody else. Why am I here? I'm here because I'm looking for consistency. Over the years, I've been with different mentors, different companies, trying to find my way, I guess you could say. But there's a lot of the stuff I've been in has not really been much one-on-one. It's been here's the platform, go learn it type of stuff, and I'm just trying to find consistency is where I'm at. My future, what do you plan to accomplish with this? Obviously, it goes with the other one, consistency and consistent profitability. Where do I see myself in 1, 5, and 10 years? I would love to be having a part-time income with Forex in the next year, and I would love to be a full-time trader in the next 5 years to carry that through to the next 10 years, just so I could have more time with family and kind of live life on my own terms. That's about
All right.
it.
Beautiful. Awesome. Thank you for sharing. Appreciate that. All right. Let's see. We got Alex, who said, okay, Anwit doesn't have one. Averill, is that or Braxton? Let's see. Braxton. You there, Braxton?
Yep, Patrick.
There you are. All right, man. You got the floor.
All right. Well, I'm Braxton. Where I'm from? I'm from Utah. And what do I do for a living? I do construction, concrete. The interesting fact about me, not a whole lot. I'm just chilling now. Why am I here? I'm here to learn, to progress. I've done a lot of things in the last 7 years since I've been out of high school. Construction, sales, but like Anthony said, that consistency, like I need that in my life. Like the last 3 years, I've kind of struggled with, living on the street, living that bum life, and kind of got back into the construction field to, better my life. And so, what do I plan to do with this 15-week program? Just get better. What do I want to do from here from now? I don't know, more time freedom, 5 years, more time freedom, 10 years, help others, achieve the same goals. So.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right. Let's see. Mute. All right. Let's make sure. All right. You're on the hot seat, Brenda.
Hey guys, my name is Brenda Ezern. I'm from Columbia, South Carolina. I'm a mom of 5. My kids are aged from 21 all the way down to 7. Let's see, I'm a professional dog trainer. I've been training on my own for 4.5 years, self-employed. I've been trading for 2 years. Last week was my best week. I took $10 to $2,500, but consistency is what I want to do. And 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, I want to teach people. I already have a small trading group, but just close friends and family, my kids, so that they always have something to fall back into. I think you should always go with your passion, but you should have something to support yourself too. So that's my goal, is to teach them to be independent. And I just like to live on the beach and travel the world with my kids.
Awesome. Professional dog trainer. That's pretty cool. All right. Let's see. Chris, you there?
Chris K. Some other Chris.
We can hear you. You're on.
Oh, well, I'm a stay-at-home dad. I was in the telecom industry. Been dibbling and dabbling in Forex for the last couple of years, give or take. I wholesale houses for a living. I travel with my wife. She's a travel nurse for the VA. So we're in different cities every 3 to 6 months. Which, I mean, Vegas, Patrick, we got to hook up when you get there. Anyway, neither here nor there. Where I see myself in the next 2 or 3 years, I want to be consistent at trading, and I want to, help people learn how to do this themselves. Not necessarily teach, but just show that it's something that's possible. Because where I'm from, no one's ever heard of this type of thing. So I just want to give back that way. That's pretty much it on my end.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. Appreciate that.
No problem, man.
All right. let's see. Next, I'm just going on my list, so it kind of switches. It keeps switching your guys' names around. So if I end up missing anybody later, let me know. Obviously, we're not even close to being done. Fred, are you there?
I am. I don't know if you can hear me.
We can hear you. We can see you. You're on.
Okay, very good. I'm Fred Croyne. I live in Scottsdale, Arizona. Happy to have a new neighbor in you, Patrick. I'm probably the oldest dog in this bunch, and I tried to retire 15 years ago, found out I suck at doing nothing, so I became an executive coach and taught leadership and management for the better part of 6 years, and have been coaching for the past 10 after that time. I'm here because, again, I've been kind of bored with my practice, and I've been winding it down a little bit, and I wanted to learn something new. And at the same time, if I could bring in another $1,000 or $2,000 a month for discretionary spending, it would be fun. I've always been mathematically inclined. I've got a bachelor's in physics and a master's in operations research, and it looked like it was right up my alley. I'm consequently hoping to get a better understanding of how the process works, and to remain unemotional and play it by the numbers, and watch the market and how it behaves, and take advantage of it, as you have been teaching so far. That's about it. 5 or 10 years from now, hoping to be here at all, though knock on wood, I'm very healthy and take good care of myself. But I'm in the declining years of my professional career, so this is fun, and it would be really nice if it made money, but I don't plan to make a career out of it. Anything else you'd like to know?
No, that's awesome. Thanks for sharing. I agree. I hope you're here too.
Thank you.
All right, thank you for sharing. I'll mute you up now. Let's see here. Who's next? Looks like I've got Darian Sims. You there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can y'all hear me?
Awesome. We can hear you.
All right, what's up, y'all? I'm Darian Sims, and I'm from Houston, Texas, and I'm a senior at Sam Houston State, where I play baseball for the team on the university with my boy Jackson. He's actually in the 15-week transformation as well. And I've been trading since around about late February to beginning of March, and I'm here because I've done the boot camp that Patrick provided in CPSG, and I loved it, and I've seen like how good he is at what he does, and how he cares for everyone, and like just does whatever he can and goes out of his way. Like one day he just hopped on a Zoom with me just to go over like tax related stuff for trading when he didn't have to do that. And then I'm here because I wanted to become a better trader and eventually make a living out of it because I see how I can honestly make a difference in people's lives, and there's so much money to be made in it. And I'd also like to be a consultant in the future, and I see myself being a consultant and a full-time trader, and then eventually getting into real estate.
Perfect. That's an awesome plan. Appreciate that. All right. Let's see. You got to just make sure. All right. Darius Starks, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. We can hear you. You're on.
All right. My name is Darius Starks. I graduated just recently from Tuskegee University with my finance degree. I've been trading stock before. I was extremely profitable in 2017. I actually recently, last November, I would say, I got into Forex. I've been continuously developing my skills in Forex. It's definitely been a journey for me. But the reason why I'm here is because I'm very competitive. I hate losing more than I like winning. I am, definitely, passionate person when it comes to financial independence, financial understanding. And, you know, I just try to help as many people as possible and inspire as many people as possible. I'm not a quitter, even though I, you know, have had, you know, ups and downs with Forex, which I feel like everyone is going to experience in order to take that leap of faith. And, you know, that's exactly why I'm here, because I'm taking out a leap of faith. I've gone all in on, you know, the financial markets, stock and Forex. I've turned down jobs at banks and, you know, institutions just to do this stuff on my own. I have a private group that I do help out, teaching them the basics and just going over, you know, the fundamentals of trading Forex or trading in the financial markets. In my future, I do want to structure conglomerate businesses, surrounding funds by, you know, filtered profits from Forex or stock into generating communities and community development. I eventually want to, you know, attempt to have my own hedge fund. You know, 1 to 5 years from now and 10 years from now, I just want to, you know, be a global inspiration to everyone who, you know, is looking to take a leap of faith and not go a traditional 9 to 5 route. I just, you know, would suggest everyone follow their dreams and continue to be tenacious and not give up. And that's part of the reason why I was inspired and, you know, was so willing to take this course, because I am humble enough to know when someone's better than me and how they can elevate my life. And I appreciate you for being, you know, really humble and outspoken and very outgoing in this process.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing. All right, I'm going to read Avriel's real quick. He just typed in there. He's at work, I believe, is what he said. It's Avriel Hill. He resides in Brunswick, Georgia. He works at the Georgia ports, where he drives all types of vehicles on and off large cargo vessels. He was introduced to Forex through iMarkets Live 1.5 years ago. And even though it was short-lived, he knew that he would be a trader for life. He plans on teaching his family and friends to be more financially responsible and keeping his day job for insurance and retirement purposes. He wants Forex to give the icing and cherry on the cake. That's fantastic. Awesome. Thanks for sharing. All right. Looks like on the hot seat next is David England. You're up, David. You there, David? Let's see. All right, David's definitely, his webcam's on, but his mic's not on. I see him trying to talk. David, if you look on the bottom left corner, sometimes of your screen on the bottom left corner, there's a little picture of a microphone. Sometimes there's a little like arrow next to it, and you might have to select the different mic option. It's okay if we can't get it to work. I'll just have you type, and I'll read you out loud as well. But if we can get it to work, I'd love to get it to work. Not yet. I see your lips moving. I'll leave you. I'll move forward. I'll leave you unmuted. You keep messing with that, and then if we have to circle back, we will. All right. Let's see. Next is Dean. Dean Fabian, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Awesome. You have the floor.
So what's up, everybody? My name is Dean Fabian. I've only been trading for a little over a month now. And I started with Patrick and CPSG in his boot camp. From Atlanta, Georgia. I'm a good old country boy. I got 387-acre farm here south of Atlanta. I'm a father of 3. I got a 3-month-old little boy. Why I'm here is just consistency, really. I come from a hard-working background. I've been in the oil field and construction from 19, and I'm actually still in construction now. What I'm looking to do is actually just get out of construction altogether and spend more time with my kids and my family. You know, I missed a lot of my firstborn's life being in the oil field. I was gone 6 to 8 months out of the year, so I really don't want that for my rest of my kids. So I'm trying to become a full-time trader, hopefully and within the next year. And that's about it for me.
Perfect. All right, let's see, guys. Dennis, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce your last name. I'll let you do that. You there, Dennis?
Yeah, I am.
There you are. You have it.
You hear me?
Oh, yeah, you're good.
Okay. I'm 62 years old. I work in construction in oil sands since 15 years. I'm sorry, I speak French first, so I'm sorry about my English.
Oh, it's just fine.
And I am in Forex since a couple of years, I can say. And I'm trying with demo accounts, 18 months. And I'm doing not too bad. So I decide not last year, but this year, take 1 year full-time trading. I take 1 year sabbatic. What I do is only trade for 1 year. Because I don't have enough money to take a good retirement, I need some income. Yeah, that's the word. Okay. I'm from Gaspé Coast, Quebec. And I'm really, really, really happy to be here. Honestly. I tried some course before with different company. And I think for the first time, I will really learn about Forex. And I need it. My future, you know what it is. I'm 62 years old. I don't have a big future, but I want to really be happy, have money, and leave money for my children too. That's it.
That is fantastic. Appreciate that. All right, moving forward. Let's see. I don't want to leave you, David. I'm circling back. Yeah. Any news? Well, it's all right. I'll keep moving. I see you. I feel for you. We'll circle back to you. Let's see here. If you guys kind of picking up on it, I'm trying to go in alphabetical order so you kind of know when you're going. I'm in the D's right now still. Dr. Jones, if you can hear me, you're on.
Yeah. Hey guys. Nickname's Dr. Jones. Actual name is Brent Brinkman. I've been in the oil and gas industry for about 25 years. About 6 years ago, I transitioned to software developments and write software for building and automation controls. Why I'm here is, as much as I love my job, I'd love to be able to actually sit there and do it without them paying me. It's just one of those things. So in the next 5-10 years, I'd like to be at a point where I can work because I want to work, not because I have to. And yeah, and be able to retire earlier rather than later. Thanks.
Awesome. All right. I lost my, there you are. Right there. Hey, David, if you can't get it figured out too at any time, if you want to just type it, I'll read it out loud. I want to make sure everybody, gets a chance to introduce who they are. I think it is only right. All right. So there's 2 Freds here, and I imagine that's the same Fred is what I think. Unless there's 2 different Fred. Is there 2 different Freds? I'll unmute both of you. It's the same Fred. All right. Next is Gerald, looks like. Gerald, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, we can hear you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Gerald Merriman. I'm from Covington, Louisiana. I'm 28 years old. I was in the construction business. I was able to quit my job based off of the CPSG boot camp. I was able to make my paycheck in the same week that I would have to wait for my paycheck. So for the fact of needing more time to go over things and to actually indulge and get into the mindset of Forex, I decided to quit my job and pursue this full time. Interesting fact about me, I am a very tech savvy guy. My hobbies are, whenever I do have time, I like to take apart computers, rebuild them, learn about programming, just regular hobbies that I would, a regular tech savvy person would try to get into. And why am I here? I basically liked everything that I saw in the CPSG bootcamp, and I wanted to pursue more, just to get a more understanding of what this could potentially be for me. So what I want to see myself as in the future, I guess, to be a consultant, be able to teach my community, the people that I love and care for and that are near and dear to me. Hopefully they can be able to do the same thing and free up their time to do what they want to do with their lives. So that's it.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing. All right. Looks like we're on to the Jays now. Jasper, are you there?
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you, see you.
Hey, my name is Jasper from Baltimore, Maryland. I actually work as a dialysis nurse here. I graduated management accounting and before I become a nurse in the Philippines. And interesting fact about myself, I started trading stocks in the Philippines like 4 years ago, 4 to 5 years ago. And then 5 months ago, I engaged to Forex, did some online course and stuff. And then my style in trading is actually a mix of robo trading and high risk trading. So what I'm expecting is, well, since I'm high risk trading, I want to calm down myself a bit because sometimes I lose money in an instant, win money in 2 days and lose money for like a day. So I try to have a system, learn a system like what you, Patrick, are doing. Plan for a year from now, I want to do this full-time actually. I want to do full-time trading. It's something that I really love to do. And 5 years, hopefully 6-figure. And then 10 years from now, I want to build a company. I want to be a fund manager actually here and then back in the Philippines to help some people there. I think that's it.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much. I'm going to, let's see, mute there. Jackson, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
You're up, brother.
All right, my name's Jackson. I'm from College Station, Texas. Like Darian said earlier, I go to Sam Houston State, and we both play baseball there. I've been trading for about 8 months. I'm excited about this course because just to get Patrick's take on it, Darian's talked a lot about him to me and says he's really smart, and I'm just ready to learn about that. And what do I see myself in the future? Well, I would love to do this full-time eventually, and so just going to start here and just hopefully one day be able to do this full-time. That's it.
Perfect. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to switch gears just real quick, guys. I'm going to read another one in the chat. I'm actually going to read 2 in the chat. So the first one says, hello there, I'm Ann Witter. I'm 54 years old and a full-time care for my disabled, severely autistic daughter, Georgia. I'm originally from Liverpool, United Kingdom. I moved to Lake District now. Work as a roommate for years now to stay at home. I had 5 children. My eldest died in 2010, and my other 4 are my life. I'm now ill and with severe COPD, so I can do this sitting down. I need income. I want money for my children and other things. I've done the CPSG boot camp, but yet to place a trade. Sometimes have trouble getting things now because of the lack of oxygen. Interesting fact, I have an archaeology degree. I just did it a few years ago to see if I could. Not that sure I'll be here in never mind 10. So this is a big deal for me. I really need to get this. I'll be a bit slow. I'm sorry for that. I'm not giving up anytime soon. Thanks, Patrick, for the opportunity. Sheesh. Stuff for me to even read. All right, welcome, man. All right, we got Sean. Says Sean, oh, sorry. Yeah, Sean. So he says, I'm from Boise, Idaho, currently unemployed. Abraham Lincoln. It's my 7th cousin on my mom's side of the family. That's awesome. I'm an apprentice of Jesus of Nazareth, a mentor and a teacher. I'm not sure if I meant mentor, maybe I don't know that word. Let's see. My passions are communications and education reform, or education system. He did mean mentor. Okay. Figured it might be a bigger word out of my range. So you guys, if I ever say anything wrong, just understand that even though I got my degree, does not mean by any means I'm the smartest man in the room. Okay. My passions are communication and education reform. Our education system is not able to provide what is needed to be successful in society, which is why I teach courses on various subjects on the side. I learned about trading in spring of 2016 when I became convinced that a 9-to-5 job would not work for me. Binary trading was my focus, but I became tired of blowing accounts. Soon after, I began the Forex journey, adopting various ideas from several traders over a 2-year period. I found Patrick's strategies excellent, clean, and clear to understand. Like Anthony, I've joined the course to bring about consistency and profitability in my own trading. In the next year, I would like to become an independent full-time trader. In the next 2 years, I'd like to be living in Portland, Oregon, doing what I do here. Awesome. Welcome. All right, so moving forward, we're gonna go back to the mics. We just got done with Jackson, so we're on Jibril. Can you hear me? I just unmuted you.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got a little feedback, a little echo. Do you have two accounts running right now? I see your name twice, I think.
Yeah, I do. Oh.
You there? Give me 1 second. Okay, are you there again?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay, we can hear you now. Go ahead.
All right, good. Yes, Jibril Ali, and I've been, I guess, and I'm also from Tuskegee University. So, what's the likelihood of that? To Tuskegee alum on the line at the same time with Patrick's course. I've worked with Forex off and on maybe for about 5 years, and haven't had a whole lot of success. But I also realize it has a lot to do with, the kind of the mentality of which how I approach it. I'm kind of, if I was a football quarterback, I'd be Brett Favre. So I'm always, slinging for the touchdown. So I realized that you have to, the quote that you had at the beginning of this, kind of sums it up. It's really in you. And so that's, my issue. And I haven't put a lot of super energy in it because I do other things. I do relationship marketing, and I got my own company and things like that. And I agree with my fellow alum that, the 9-to-5, for me anyway, and some people tend to love it, but for me, I like to work my own business, work from home, et cetera, et cetera. So that's kind of me, father of 4, soccer dad, and kind of looking, future plans, looking to move the world and help people. My goal actually is to help people to become financially independent, wealthy, so that they can kind of do, kind of live the life that they kind of dream of. We all kind of let that dream go when we start, living life, having family and paying bills, et cetera, et cetera. So, kind of want to help in that. So that's kind of, it in a nutshell. And then I just kind of want to lick this Forex a little bit because, it's kind of gotten me more than I've gotten it, even though it's, it's kind of frustrating and fun, kind of like a golf game. You hit that one shot and you're great, but then you're in the rough for the rest of the tournament. So trying to clean it up a little bit. That's it.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. All right. Let's see here. Discard, you there?
Yes, I am.
You're up.
What's going on, guys? My name is Jascard Pierre-Lewis from Pembroke Pines, Florida. Let's see. What do I do for a living? I'm a graphic designer by trade. Been trading. I'm a graphic designer by trade. I'm mixing Forex and graphic design together. I actually do 3D animation and motion graphics for a local news station here. Been doing it for like 15 years. Graduated at a Pratt Institute in Brooklyn, where I actually learned the craft. And I'm here in South Florida. Been back home, you know, ever since 2001. Got exposed to Forex on the really shady side. Got scammed actually by somebody who was supposed to teach me Forex, never actually taught me. Just took my money. But I've been now, it's been like a year and a half where I decided to actually take Forex seriously, starting like last year. I'm here in the 15-week transformation because, like, I think like a lot of people have said before, you know, they got videos and they got, you know, platforms, and they say, okay, we'll go here to learn it, but there was nobody actually there to actually, you know, bounce ideas off of, see if you're on the right track. You know, there was no accountability or the whole mastermind session idea concept. Was what really attracted me to this, and I really wanted to be a part of it. And my future for Forex is just time and freedom. Have more things to do with my life. My job is cool and all, but I just want to see the world. I want to live a life. I'm tired of seeing the world through Facebook or, you know, National Geographic or a Travel Channel. I actually want to be in those places and do it on my own time. And at the same time, really help teach people if they're interested on what set me free. Because I believe Forex is that vehicle. And that's it.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. All right, we are in the, we only have to go to S's, guys. We're almost there. We're in the K's now. It's actually, we're almost there. It looks like Kareem. Kareem, can you hear me, Kareem?
Hey, I'm here.
Awesome. You're up.
Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm running errands right now. Other than that, my name's Kareem Jones. I also live in Baltimore, Maryland. For the ones that do live in Baltimore, Maryland, I'm from Cherry Hill. Other than that, besides that, I've been studying Forex for over 2 years, a little over 2 years. The reason why I'm in this group and the reason why I'm in CPSG, basically, it's because of Patrick. My reason is I get them. Like, I actually get them. Like, I don't mean to offend or anything, but Patrick might as well be a little OCD-ish, but it's in a good way. Like, everything has to be in place. Everything has to be in order. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. That's all I got to say. I will literally, like, follow him off the cliff. So that's my whole reason, literally, for being in CPSG, because at that time, I wasn't trying to do no MLMs at all, because Forex was enough. Forex was enough. But I went ahead and took a leap of faith, got into CPSG, haven't regretted it since. Ever since I've been in, I was one of the pre-launch members. I've been in since the beginning. It's been a great ride, guys. Like, if you're new to CPSG or new to any of Patrick's training, you're in for the greatest ride of your life. Patrick basically got me to a aha moment, that I'm able to see the charts totally different now. When I look at the charts, it's crazy. Like, without even using no tools, I'm able to, like, see it the way it's crazy. Like, so y'all will get it. Y'all will get it, but y'all have to apply pressure. Y'all have to go ahead. Y'all have to be on the webinars. Y'all have to be writing notes. Y'all have to be doing all those things. Like, literally, if you're not in a trade, if you're not putting in a pending order, you're doing yourself dirty. Like, you're not going to learn anything. There's no handouts when it comes to trading. Trading is something, it's a skill that nobody could take from you. You're in school now. You're in school, so literally you got to take it that way, take it that serious. I promise you, you will profit, especially all the 2%ers in here. You will profit. You will profit. So I know I went off base or whatever, but other than that, I'm just excited. And I'm real passionate about trading because I wish that they had it in schools. I cannot find it in no brick and mortar school as far as Forex trading. I think it's a tragedy. It's terrible. And I'm emotional about it. Like, when I talk to certain people about trading, I literally tear up. and I don't even know the person, but I tear up just the fact that people don't have to be doing what they're doing every day. They don't have to be struggling, but they don't know. They don't know. Nobody told them. Nobody told them in the second, third, fourth grade. So it's a tragedy. It's terrible. It's the best kept secret. And right now, y'all in the right place at the right time. Just buckle your seatbelts, pull out your pens and pads, and take notes. I'm telling you, I promise you, you're going to get it. Because Patrick, he keeps it plain, he keeps it simple. There's no fuzzy gray area. Everything is just straightforward. He's good with answering questions. Like literally, my whole thing really could really be on Patrick. Like seriously, take this course seriously. It's no flim flam to it. If you're in doubt, then do without. Like he said, just go ahead and get out the group. But other than that, we need everybody basically not believing in me, not believing in Patrick, not believing in the 15-week course, not believing in CPSG, believing in their self. It's all about you. It's you versus you. I say this on everything when somebody asks me to talk. It's you versus you. That's it. That's the secret to life. It's you. You're the only person that's strong enough to hold yourself back. I can't do it. He can't do it. There's no pointing fingers in this. It's you. So please, get out your way, buckle up, strap in, do whatever you got to do. But I'm telling you, you're back in school, guys. I'm 42 years old. I'll be 42 December 5th. I have 7 kids. You're back in school, guys. We're back in school. I graduated high school in '94. We are back in school. I'm done.
Amen, brother. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Every time Kareem speaks, I get some sort of motivational bell under me. All right, let's see here. Give me 1 sec to get back to this. Let's see. Kelly, the floor is yours. You're up.
Hi, can you hear me?
We can.
Okay, perfect. Right now I live in Tampa, Florida. I'm from Kodiak, Alaska, and actually my high school years are in College Station, and I think there's a Jackson there from there as well, so that was exciting to hear. Interesting about myself, I don't know, I'm an avid runner. I'm a little boring. I have 3 kids. I was a finance manager for 8 years. I worked 80 to 90 hours where my kids borderline raised themselves. So I took a leap of faith and I quit, stayed at home, did a lot of soul searching. And I did have a customer of mine talk about CPSG, got me interested. And the second I started watching the videos of Patrick, I took on to his teaching skills, or not skills, but I love the way you teach. I like directness to the point. That's what you are. That's exactly why I'm here. I do not know everything. I don't try to know everything. I don't want to know. I want to be taught exactly what I'm supposed to do. So that's why I'm here. And my goal really is to not go back to a job. It's to raise my children and be here with them and guide them. And that's pretty much it.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. Cody, you there?
Yes, sir.
All right, you have the floor.
Cody and Bernoni. I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana. I do construction work. I was brought into Forex actually by a buddy who's in here with us right now by the name of Gerald Maroney. He actually worked construction with me and was able to quit his job by doing this. He got me into it about a month ago. I did the CPSG course and all that. I just started trading last week. Little profit, but still working out some kinks and learning as much as I can. I got on with Patrick through one of the groups on Facebook, and I watched his course last week, the scalping method, and really it was astronomically different to anything else that I've seen or watched on YouTube or any type of research that I did for myself on how you broke it down. Just made it really easy to understand, and I actually used the scalping method this week myself. But what I want to do with the 15-week transformation is just soak everything up like a sponge and apply the methods that I learned here to my own trading fabrication that I use in my own platform, and see where it goes from there. I mean, it'd be nice to quit my job just like Gerald did, but we'll see.
Perfect. Appreciate you sharing. Thank you so much. And just so you guys are aware, just digress for just a second, this isn't the rest of the, I mean, we'll be doing the introductions, but then there is actually some content after as well, just so you guys are aware, so you know what's coming here. I think it's somebody's email, but I think it's Lara. Is that you?
Yeah, it's me.
We can hear you. You're good.
Okay, cool. From Half Moon Bay, California, a beautiful little tourist trap. I'm a cashier at a hardware store currently. I hate my job, and why I got into Forex is because I don't want to do it anymore. Interesting fact, I have severe lower extremity disabilities, which is why I'm a cashier. Physically, I can't do a whole lot of lifting, or my mobility's limited. A coworker introduced me to trading. Math is the only thing I'm really good at, so I took to it right away. Also because I'm concerned that I see cashiering going the way of the auto worker assembly line jobs. We're being replaced by automation and robots. I'm gonna be out of a job in 10 years. I can see it already. So this is gonna be here for a long time, as you always say. So it seemed to be a good fit for me. I've been training for 2 years, finally starting to get profitable. I'm here because I did the advanced course, and I still have a few dots I need to be connected. Every time you do a webinar, there's always some little nugget it's like, oh, that's how you do that. And it's always something really minor, but it's so profound, it changes my whole training game. So that's why I'm here. Hopefully I want more consistency. I win some, I lose some. I would like to do more winning than losing, obviously. I see myself, I like to be my own boss and owning my own company. Maybe own a brokerage firm where I can help maybe other disabled people do this and become profitable and self-sufficient. I also like to own an animal sanctuary at some point too. So that's it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Let's see. Next, Mandy, you're on. If I can get you unmuted.
Hello.
All right, perfect. We can hear you.
My name is Mandy, and I live in mid-Michigan. I am a mom of 2 boys, and I work in a big orange box, and I hate it. I've been in Forex for about 1.5 years. I took a couple months off here and there just because the 2 companies I was with, like Laura said, the dots weren't just connecting. Thought I had it, didn't have it. 3 blown accounts later, an old mentor from another company threw this in my inbox, and so far I'm blown away with CPSG, and I'm really excited to actually be profitable consistently. And really my only plan is more financial freedom for my family and making sure that my kids are taken care of. I don't see beyond that. That's my goal right now. And anything that comes after that is just icing on the cake, I guess. So that's it.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Just to keep you guys updated, we do have only 4 more, so we're almost there. Min, you there?
Hi, yes.
Perfect, you're up.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, my name is Min from London. I'm doing the property management. I got about 3 to 4 months experience in the Forex. I blew up my account maybe three or 4 times, but I'm not a quitter. Why I joined the Disco is I believe in the Patrick way of teaching, and my future plan is I want a consistent profit and hope to do the full time in a Forex trader. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. All right, 3 more to go, guys. We've got Rachel. Rachel, can you hear me? The title of your name is Rachel's iPhone. Can you hear me, Rachel? All right, just give us a text if shoot a text in the chat if you figure out your mic. Sean Looney, I believe it is. Sean, you there?
Yes, sir.
You're up.
All right. Well, yeah, my name's Sean Looney. I've currently been running a little retail space in lower northern Michigan for the past 7 years or so, and it's kind of run its course. I'm kind of tired of the whole boss thing, I guess, and the customers in this scene are the boss. I kind of depend on them to pay the bills, and it gets old depending on someone else to pay your bills. And so that's kind of why I got into researching trading and going down that journey. And I've been diving into it pretty heavy for the past about 4 months. And yeah, just like everyone else said, right after CPSG courses, I saw a nice little turnaround and I want to keep that momentum going. And so this course here opened up, and of course I had to jump right on it. And so that's pretty much where I'm at. I want to continue that momentum going for myself to be able to continue this as a profitable, everyday profession where I'm my own boss. I guess, yeah, that's how much it for me.
Perfect. Thank you so much. All right. Last but not least, Stefano, can you hear me? Let me see. I'm trying to unmute you. Oops, I accidentally muted you. There we go. Can you hear me?
I was. Am I the last one?
You're the last one, man. You're bringing up the caboose.
All right. Well, my name is Stefano. I'm from New York. I lived there for about 14 years. I am a warehouse manager. Interesting fact about me is that my family, I'm in a family of traders. So my dad's a trader. My older brother's a trader. So, and I was never into it until last year. And reason why, because I have a 11-year-old, I have a family, I have a dog, and life get crazy, and you have to work, you have to pay bills. But then, and I was introduced to Forex a year ago, and I liked it. I was, it's because this person, I kind of, it related to me. I always loved numbers. It was my thing in school, everything. So I felt like and once I saw that this is the medium, this is the way for me to get that financial freedom, then I said, well, let me just give it a try. And I started, self-educating myself and looking for that path. And obviously I blew a bunch of demos accounts. And why am I here? Because I said it, financial freedom is what I want. I don't want to wake up to go to work. I want to wake up to profits. That's what I want to do. And how long I've been trading? 6 months. 6 months ago, I opened my first live account, and it's a small account, but it's profiting now. So I'm glad. I don't know it all. I know the basics, and I want to learn. I'm thirsty, and I want to make it. In my future, I want to be to where I don't have to worry about paying bills. I wanna provide to my family. I wanna live. I just don't want to live life. I want to enjoy life, and that's why I'm here. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Wow, that was better than I thought it would go. I guess just to first thank you guys for sharing. Obviously, I don't want to give you guys anxiety. Some people really do not like speaking, and I feel that. But it's one of those things where I deal with, as you can imagine, a lot of people in my inbox on a daily basis. I can't even tell you I probably have 100 conversations a day in my inbox. And a lot of them are with you guys for, some of you guys, years. And some of you I've never heard your voice or I've never seen, I've never interacted with you. And so, it's I don't know, I like it. It's good to meet you guys. And obviously this is going to be something where I hope you guys not only can listen to me, but look around at the people that are around you, and hopefully you find some trading partners that can help you make money in the future as well out of this, more so than just, just me teaching that. So with that being said, we are not done. I'm now going to get into some more information. And so, yeah, with that being said, let's kind of cut and digress away from this, and I'll continue. And then, we'll talk about kind of what we're doing next. So I want to go back and cut back here to what I keep harping on, and I'm not, hired by Mark Douglas to keep talking about his book, but Trading in the Zone, and we'll talk about a homework assignment. I was just on, as you guys were talking, on Amazon, and I was wrong on the price. I thought it was $7. It's actually a $35 book. We'll talk about how to get it for free online, which is basically just Google it and a PDF. It's not tough to find. But then we're also going to do a little thing. Don't let me forget. But on the homework, okay, what I'm going to do is it's an essay style homework. Anyway, I'm going to be giving away, I'm going to order somebody a book and I'll just ship it to your house. I'll just order it off Amazon to your house. So keep that in mind. Do not let me forget that. Don't let me drop the ball on that. We'll give away a book tonight. So with that being said, the Trading in the Zone book, just to kind of prelude you as you start reading it, it's a lot less of, this is what you need to do when you open your chart, and this is our technical analysis process and all of that stuff. It's more about your mindset and your approach. And I guess I never introduced myself, so I'll do that now. I won't talk about what I'll get out of the 15-week, obviously, but if you guys don't know my background, I'm 22 years old. I've been trading since I was 17, when I actually couldn't have a trading account, so I was trading fake accounts when I was 17. When I turned 18, I started to trade actual accounts. I began trading in more of commodities, simply because my uncle basically brought it to my attention. Christmas of 2013 is when it was. And so he was just showing me how he was trading commodities, specifically oil and oil companies. And it kind of intrigued me. But then I realized, in time, that the foreign exchange was something better for me with time. And that's a different story. But with, the market being open 24 hours a day and things, when I'm going to college, that's kind of tough when I have a job as well. Things like that. So yeah, like I said, I'm 22 years old. I graduated high school in 2014. I went to a place called Butte Central Catholic High School. It was a private charter school for all my life, kindergarten to graduation. I attribute a lot of my success to that school and the mindset that they gave me, and graduated with about 30 kids is all. The whole school together was about 120 kids in the whole high school. So very small school. I graduated out of there, was fortunate enough to receive the Governor's Best and Brightest Scholarship, as well as a couple different things. So I got into college and just completed my college degree, actually, of May of this year in 2018. I have a bachelor's degree in marketing. And in that, I learned a lot about, more so of the legal side of marketing, but it taught me a lot about mindset of business as well, which is a lot of stuff that I can attribute and kind of play into trading. So anyway, just wanted to kind of share that a little bit if you don't know me. I'm from Butte, Montana. Just moved to Scottsdale, Arizona literally 14 days ago. So I'm in a new spot right now. Look behind me, it's like 75 degrees. So if you're in a cold area, I'm just going to rub that in your face for a second, because it's definitely snowing in Montana right now. And I'm happy to be in the sun again. So with that being said, yes, you guys are going to be reading Trading in the Zone this week if you can. Once again, 2 weeks. We'll talk about the assignment in a second, but 2 weeks basically to complete that, because we don't have a session next Sunday. So let's talk about our timeline here. This is how I set this course up. And at any time, if you have questions, let me know. But I want to set it up like this. So the first few weeks are going to be sort of our setup and like what we're doing now, and mindset training. And as much as I don't like to teach mindset, because it's very hard to teach mindset, we need to, because if you can get your mindset a little bit different, I'm not saying like this motivational Tony Robbins type mindset, like hoorah, I can do things. I'm saying just a really practical mindset of, if you lose a trade or if you win a trade, how you should approach that, those wins and losses. Then we go into more tactics and portfolio strategies, which are just going to be overlying tactics, overlying portfolio strategies, different things to talk about. And then 12.2 through 1.6, as you see, is all about execution. So for a lot of you guys, November 4th through January 6th, as we have it laid out, that's what you're here for. That's the meat of where we are at. We're going to be learning a lot of different tactics. We're going to be learning a lot about the strategy. And then we're going to learn how to execute that. And what I mean by execute is actually entering the position, exiting the position, getting risk-free, et cetera, all those sort of things, which are basically what you guys are here for, obviously, because that's what makes you money. Then finally, 113 through 120, January 13th to January 20th is all about mentality, a winning mentality. And I'm going to try to not only take stuff from Trading in the Zone, but I'm going to take stuff of, what I've been through. It's funny, but I think I might be like literally one of the youngest people in this entire room today, which is, and so I'm not saying I have a lot of experience of a winning mentality, quote unquote, but what I've done in the last 4 years, I can shed a light on, some of the mindset and things like that. So we'll cover that the last couple of weeks. So let's move on to the homework. and talk about that, and then we'll kind of continue to talk about a little bit more, and then we'll wrap this up. So the homework is due the 19th of October. Now, let me digress with this. Please do not stress. I realize every single one of you guys in here have a life. You're not in a college course. I would like you to do the homework. If you can't, I get it, right? You're just in an online course. You're not trying to add extra work to your hectic lives. The reason that I do it is I'm going to share a story. When I first started to learn how to trade in the foreign exchange, I had a mentor. That mentor forced me, literally forced me. He's a great friend of mine now. Forced me to mark 100 charts a day, 7 days a week for a month straight. That is how I started to actually get it, because I would do 100 charts. I remember it like yesterday. First day I did it, 100 charts. I went to not his desk, but went in a Zoom meeting like this and submitted it. And he sat there and he called me every bad name in the book about how big of an idiot I was and how much I missed. That moment, that failing, doing it wrong, actually taught me more than any sort of note-taking or anything like that could have happened. Doing 100 a day sucks, let me tell you, but it helped me a lot. And so that's how I've started to structure this. No, I'm not going to ever require you guys to do 100 in a day. But what I'm structuring it is if you guys can mark up the charts and I see, hey, you're just doing this wrong, I promise if you fail at it, it's going to help you understand it fully. That's my thought process behind that. So what I want you guys to do is, of course, try your best to read the whole book. Okay? It's actually a good read. I don't even like reading that much, to be honest, and it's actually a really good read. And then it doesn't have to be 300 words. I just wanted to give you guys a benchmark. It can be 500, it can be 200. But try to write me 3 takeaways and how you can implement it inside of your trading and your life and things like that. 3 takeaways of the book. And it's going to be hard for me, and I'm not trying to pick favorites, but we'll say what I consider my favorite essay, okay? Whoever I can say, and I don't know, I hesitated to do this because by no means am I trying to pick favorites or whatever. You guys get that, I'm sure. But whoever I think has it doesn't have to be, by no means does it have to be APA format or any of that college stuff. Just whatever essay I think works the best, whatever essay I thought was relatable or whatever the case may be, whatever essay that is, I will get your address if, of course, you want me to have your address, and I'll buy the book for you and I'll send it to your address so you can also have it for the future. And so email your submissions of this essay by Friday, 10/19. If you can you have it in Word document form so that it's just so I can open it easier. And just in the subject line, just put HW1, just so I can search it, because that inbox gets blown up every day. So I'll just search HW1 and it'll just filter it all out. So just try to have the subject line as that. So in the chat, if you guys read right now, Sean gracefully posted the free PDF. So if you guys don't want to, you guys don't have to buy a book. I'm not by any means saying buy it. This is the same exact thing. This is the book here. So do this too. I promise. Do the attitude survey. Do all this sort of stuff. I love this book. I love this book. So anyway, there is the book in the chat there. What I will also do is copy that. Give me 2 seconds. And let me just going to paste that link in a Word document. So I'll post that link in the chat in the group later for you guys if you can't click it now. Okay. Back to what we were saying. All right. So that's okay. Homework. Everybody understand? The one that I think is the most compelling takeaway and how you can relate it to your trading. I'll get a free book. Is that clear? Just give me a 1 in the chat if we're there. All right, cool. I'm good. All right, so moving forward, I'm just going to go one more time into the process, and then we'll finalize it with questions. Here's my process. Here's my thoughts. So basically, here's how I like to do things. I want to teach you a concept, aka you learn it. So this is from your perspective. You're going to learn a new concept each session. Once you learn it, I'm going to give you the homework and I want you to try to implement it. Once you implement it, that's where that progression through failure will come. If I have any fitness people in here, you guys know that I think Kelly said she was a runner. If you're failing at a certain milestone of time or whatever, you continue to fail there. You're gonna get better in time if you continue to try it. Same concept here. Learn it, implement it with the homework, and then the goal is whether you're right or wrong, we can go through that homework and correct it. The majority of our time, I'll be honest, the majority of our time is going to be spent going through homework because I don't want to shortcut anybody. So when you guys submit your homework, I will be opening your homework in front of this entire group and we'll be going through it. And the reason that I do that is not to, and somebody can message me if they don't want me to show it. I'm not trying to ever intrude on you guys at all. But the reason I do that is so you can see other people's perspectives and hopefully you can learn something from their homework as well, regardless of if it's completely correct or not. So once again, that's that correction thing. That's basically how I learned, was through that failure component. Okay. So with that being said, is there any major questions about how this is going to go? What we're going to do, as I said, to recap, you can go through this video again, but Sunday nights, by all means, at 7 p.m. Eastern, other than next Sunday. The process is going through the homework and getting new ideas and then implementing and doing that. And really, hopefully you guys probably got the vibe a lot of you guys have college degrees. If you saw that syllabus, I'm sure it was eerily similar to a college syllabus or a high school syllabus. And that's the goal, is this is trying to be, I'm trying to make this as close as it can to be structured as a, full out course. And hopefully you guys have already kind of picked up on the tone that I'm trying to set with that. I'm by no means trying to half-ass this thing from my end. I want to make sure that, you guys are walking away from this going, I would do that again in a heartbeat. And so hopefully this is going to be a good experience. Once again, this is the first time I've ever done anything like this. So these slides you're seeing right now, this slideshow was created yesterday. This is brand new content. This is all brand new. So with that being said, let's see. David said, can we try his connection? I want to try David. I don't want to leave David out. Let's give him a shot here. All right, David, you're actually unmuted now. Let's see. I can't hear you. I'm going to wait on for a minute and answer some questions. David, how about you type out some things about you and I'll read it to the group because everybody wants to hear from you. Sorry about that. Okay, so let me answer some questions here. A lot of questions came in. Where could I learn about the history of what made people think that the Forex markets follow mathematical behaviors? Off the top of my head, Fred, I don't have like a immediate go-to. I can Google around, but I don't have an immediate go-to. You can probably Google around is there as well, but I don't have any immediate articles that I can think of. Are we using the same platform always? I'm going to watch the recording after this. I'm going to see how the recording looks, and it seemed to work really well tonight. I'm going to see how the recording looks because a lot of you guys have your webcams up, which is fine. I don't want that actually, and I just realized I never had my webcam on the whole night. I promise I'm not trying to hide it. I thought it was on. So anyway, I want to see how the recording looks with the webcams because I would hate the webcams to get in the way. So I'll let you guys know. If it's not on this platform, it'll be on Demio, which is the other one. Let's see. I haven't finished watching your 19 videos. Now with 2 weeks, I can do both. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, try to finish those videos. You don't have to, and those are not by any means a homework, and there's no prereq to this course. I'm trying to, it'll be very boring for some of you guys in 2 weeks just because it's setting up the charts. It's beginner stuff. So it's trying to be a real all around, regardless of if you're a full-fledged hedge fund trader or beginner trader here. Let's see. I am not good at math compared to everyone else. You're fine, Ann. I'm not good at math either. Anybody that knows me knows I'm not the not the math guy, for sure. Let's see here. Stefano, all the videos are in the Facebook group. It's just it's in ordered like 1 through 19 or whatever, and the password is below that. I think it's Forex Transformation 1, if I'm correct, is the password. Yeah, so anyway,